Masuku, Manzini Regional Administrator, Minister of Education and Training, Acting Under Secretary, JA Africa Representative and our guest from Uganda, JA Board of Directors, JA Staff and Management, Standard Bank CE represented by Setabile over there, CEOs and industry captains, all our sponsors and stakeholders and partners, government officials, head teachers and teachers, students, media houses. May I appreciate the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Trade for honoring us with his presence in this remarkable and historic annual event representing the Honorable Minister. We value the support that we receive as an organization from this ministry. Today we are all here to celebrate the hard work of the students who are the future entrepreneurs of our country and continent. I would like to appreciate all of you for honoring our invitation to this event. To the Minister of Education and Training, thank you for the support you've given to us as JA, the teachers and the students through the year, and thank you for allowing us to host this event today. Last week we had a very successful regional competition, and the students came in their numbers prepared to present their innovative ideas to judges. We had 34 schools that successfully completed their business plans and had tested their products in the market, while other schools only had prototypes of their products. The theme for 2024 is Greennovation, which promotes environmental management, innovation, and climate-smart products. The top 3 in each region were awarded for their hard work last week. I would like to appreciate all the sponsors that have enabled us to reach out to the young people in such a positive manner. We are proud of the milestones that we have covered over the 15 years of JA's existence in the country. We have reached thousands of students in schools over the years with capacity building on entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and career development. I hope you have observed the level of confidence, leadership, and business acumen that the students show on stage. To all the students that have been here today, well done, and congratulations to all of you for reaching up to the National Expo. We expect you to start your own businesses individually or as a group after you complete school, so to create employment for yourself and other young Eswatini. Our national champions of the National Expo have shown resilience and excellence at Africa region consistently. This has been evidenced by remaining in the top 3 for the past 9 years. We have no doubt that our approach and model is bringing out the best in Eswatini, even globally. I would like to commend Standard Bank, who has remained our main sponsor for the winners of the Expo over the years. We are confident of the fact that they will bring it home even this time around. This year, this year we will see the winners going to Mauritius on the 5th of December to compete with other African young people. So Uganda is here to learn how we've been able to maintain ourselves in the top 3. But we're still confident that when we get to Mauritius, we are on you, Uganda, whether you've learned from us or not. Yes. Standard Bank has committed to pay for their travel costs, meals, and accommodation in Mauritius. We have continued to make climate change solutions a priority so we can support the country and the globe, come up with new solutions. We are proud of the new ideas that we saw today and are quite confident that they will help us as a country. To all the head teachers and teachers who have pioneered this program in their schools, thank you. This would not be possible without you. All the teachers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are one of the very few countries, if we're not the only ones, who are working through teachers to do our program on the ground. Uganda. Yeah, this is what makes us peculiar in Africa, and it's what keeps us going, having a very strong pillar at school level. So, siyatibongela kakhulu botishela for the hard work that you've put in, and we do realize that it's already school holidays, but you are still here, and even last week you were with us, and we appreciate all your efforts. We are happy to see students continuing with their saving skills and increasing their investments for the future through the school cooperatives model and the Eswatini Bank Siakula account, which is through the financial literacy concept. This has been through the support from the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Ministry of Education and Training, Republic of China in Taiwan, through the Ministry of Economic Planning, Lubane Savings and Credit Co-op, UNICEF, UNFPA, and Eswatini Bank, and we do have other private sector companies that have supported the same concept. The aim is to promote the culture of saving among students regardless of their level of income and background through formation of savings cooperatives in schools. I would like to urge all partners that we work together towards closing the digital gap so that even children in remote areas can access all resources equally. We are proud of the growth of businesses that are developing each year, and each year we do see at least 600 out-of-school youth businesses coming up from the young people that we work with. Just recently we had the JA Alumni Awards, which were able to profile all the businesses that have been born from the schools program over the years, and we celebrated their hard work and resilience. This was greatly supported by Swaziland Building Society, SEDCO, and the Taiwan Embassy. That is why JA Eswatini has worked together with other partners to ensure that young people receive startup capital to sustain the economy through Youth Business Shower that we do with FinCorp, Umelusi Fund Managers, Imbelego Foundation, Taiwan Embassy, and the Ministry of Economic Planning and PSPF. These are projects that we have done so well over the years, and we are proud of them. To all the companies that have supported us to attach students for job shadowing, we just want to say thank you so much for giving children that opportunity. We applaud the Ministry of Natural Resources and Energy for supporting STEM education through job shadowing and internships. We currently have 80 students that have been attached through job shadowing and 15 tertiary students who are also attached in companies now for 3 months, and they are receiving a monthly stipend from the Ministry of Natural Resources. If you are interested to attach students in your company in 2024, since we still have more holidays coming, please do engage us as Junior Achievement, and we shall see how we work with you, because we have a long list of students that would like to do that. Lastly, we appreciate MTN Eswatini, who has added a new component in the incubation centers in Tlangano and Lutse that have been established through the support of UNICEF by adding the digital skills program, which enables young people to enroll in formal digital courses and acquire globally recognized certificates. I would like to urge our partners who have not yet had an opportunity to work with us as JA Eswatini that we are looking forward to working with you. Please do reach out to us so we can work together and find a way of changing lives positively. Before I move from the podium, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Madlopa, my boss. I don't like how he has become my boss locally and in J Africa, but he's still my boss. So can we give a clap of hands to J Africa, represented by Mr. Madlopa. We are so proud of you, sir, and we like the strides that you take, and we are going to introduce our guests. Thank you very much.
Minister in the person of the PS, the representative of the Ministry of Education, the Regional Administrator, J. Eswatini, Board of Directors, J. Eswatini, Executive Director and staff, our sponsors from Standard Bank, who are the main sponsors of today, and the general sponsors of junior achievement programs in Eswatini, CEOs and industry captains, members of government of Eswatini, or the officials from government of Eswatini, teachers, parents, and media. Sanbonan Namu. Sanbonan. Mine is very short as I doubt I can be seen beyond this podium. But I hope that the feedback to Setabile is that next time so that when you bring your stage, we can also see us. Ladies and gentlemen, and Honorable Minister, we are excited at PS as Junior Achievement Africa to witness such an exciting event where students share their ideas. And for us, this is something that we seek to enroll across Africa. We are currently in about 20 countries in Africa, and of which most of some of these countries we are in full presence, and while some other countries we are still establishing and spreading through partners on the ground. We are very much excited to learn, and myself having the experience, the first-hand experience of J.A. Eswatini, I am happy to say is one of the best models in Africa. And this is testimonied by our friends from Uganda coming in just to see through the window what is happening in Eswatini. And I do want to say that in the past 2 months, I have been visiting about 6 African countries, and one of them was Uganda, and that is when I met the ED and the government officials there who were then interested in improving the operations in Uganda, and we then extended the invite for them to come and be part of us today. One of the things that I want to thank the government for, PS and the representative from the Ministry of Education, is that the model that we have in Eswatini is only second best to Zambia in Africa. The reason I'm saying that is that in Zambia, the Chaching program, which is the financial literacy program in Zambia, the JA financial literacy program, is implemented through government structures. So there is a period for a financial literacy in all the schools in Zambia, and they are doing JA programs. So when there is a teacher that is trained by JA, and there is no stipend that comes from JA to the teacher, it is all paid for by the government. And they have embraced the project of financial literacy in schools. They are still working on the JA company program, but the partnership that JA has with the government of Zambia is really one that is modeling in the rest of Africa. We are not too far as Eswatini, because in our case, the government through the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Trade has a vested interest in JA programs in the country. And it's one model that is the only one in Africa where JA is receiving some financial support direct from the government. They all want to know. That is why Mr. Tekanga is here today, so that he can give money to JA Uganda. He needs to learn from the PS. How did you do it, PS? Please tell him to give more than you are giving. We also want, therefore, to applaud the Ministry of Education, because in Zambia, it is the Ministry of Education, it differs in country to country. In Zambia, it is the Ministry of Education and directly the Ministry of Finance that is supporting financial literacy. But you will realize that in all these countries, key to the government implementation process is the Ministry of Education. So we are very proud that today we still have that strong partnership with the Ministry of Education, and a bigger and warmer round of applause to the Ministry of Education for that, ladies and gentlemen. So we do want to encourage the government of Eswatini to support the JA program beyond what we are currently doing and get to more schools. Our dream as JA Africa is that every school in every country in the continent should have the JA program, and it starts with Eswatini. The ETS already mentioned in the chairperson's speech that the winners of this competition are going to be going to Mauritius, that exotic island, to showcase their skills against the best in Africa. I'm sure Rachel, when she comes up here, she will tell you she has already done the competition. That is why I allowed her to come. Otherwise, she would have copied here and go and implement within the year. So she has already done the competition, and she's learning a lot as to how does JA Eswatini beat the rest of Africa most of the time. One of the things that is exciting is that beyond just going to Mauritius, the winners, if you win Eswatini in Mauritius, you are going to go and represent Africa in the global stage, where you will be competing with JA Europe, JA Asia, JA Americas, JA in the Middle East, and it will be an exciting project where now real money in thousands of dollars is at stake. So we wish you all the best, not just for the COI in Africa, but also at the global stage. I would hasten to appreciate the governance that we have at JA Eswatini. I know the chairperson has already touched and appreciated the board of directors. I do want to state that, and I wish I could speak in Siswati so that Rachel and Tekanga cannot hear this. Ibhodi Eswatini is one of the strongest in Africa. Yes. A lot of governance issues are arising across Africa, and I am using the JA Eswatini experience to provide guidance across Africa. So indeed, we want to encourage you and appreciate you for your dedication and support for JA Africa and for JA Eswatini. And we do want to say you are a model in the rest of the continent. So please keep on doing the great work that you are doing in the kingdom. And lastly, I would want to appreciate the sponsors. At JA Africa, one of our challenges is that we are looking to sustain the program across the continent. And I do want to speak to the sponsors that are here and the partners. One of the challenging things that I've come to experience at JA Africa is that it is very difficult to find big sponsors coming to sponsor Eswatini. I like the silence. That is why we need to strengthen the support that we are getting from Standard Bank, from Eswazi Bank, from all the sponsors without leaving some outside in Eswatini. The reason is that most of the sponsors that we get at an Africa stage level do not have business interest in Eswatini. So they then want to do or sponsor where they are doing business. Let me make an example. We had Delta Airline, one of the big sponsors for JA. They are not flying into Eswatini. They say, why do you take our money to Eswatini? You're not flying there. Okay. We also have Exxon Mobil. They are not in Eswatini. They are giving a lot of money. We also had Z Zurich. They are doing a lot of projects across Africa. They're even sponsoring Uganda here with serious US dollars. But we're not getting any. Rachel is. Simply because they are doing business in all these countries. This therefore says until we get some businesses that are doing or have interest that is not selective, we'll keep trying. But in the meantime, let us consolidate and support our program in Africa. But this has made JA Eswatini one of the sustainable programs across Africa, simply because it is home sustained. A round of applause to our sponsors. Sengabagcinela sithabile nawufika le CE ufike usho ukuthi hey njengaloko babona nje lapha baphelele CE. So nasi ngathi nje kabidlana kuloku losifakile last year. So I want to then also hasten to appreciate and say JA Eswatini has been providing a lot of lessons across Africa in as far as how we relate with our sponsors as well and partners. A case in point is UNICEF. I was in Dakar in June, and I happened to meet the regional office of UNICEF in Senegal. And they're not just in Senegal, but they are looking the rest of the West Africa and a bit of the Central Africa. The biggest question is, how is UNICEF in Eswatini partnering with JA, and how can we learn, not only for Senegal, but for the rest of West Africa? So they are looking to learn from UNICEF Eswatini, and we want to say, UNICEF Eswatini, thank you for taking the lead. And I do want to say, we're going to be having meetings with you so that you teach the rest of your colleagues in the region, so that they can learn the skills and the partnership you are having. And I hope that even Uganda will benefit now that they are here. A big round of applause for UNICEF Eswatini. I do want to end with this one. I do not want to leave others outside, but I do want to say one of the things that is giving the rest of Africa an envy for JA Eswatini was the partnership, or is the partnership that exists between JA Eswatini and Eswatini Bank. This partnership is the only partnership in the rest of Africa that has produced an ATM card that is branded with JA Eswatini. The only brand. So right now we've got Citibank is interested in saying, can Eswatini Bank tell us how they've worked? Can you connect us with them? We are also having ABSA in South Africa, they are interested. Zanaco in Zambia, they are interested. Also, only because Eswatini Bank did take the first lead. And you are not only leading in Eswatini, but you are leading in the rest of Africa. Thank you very much for such a relationship. I would take a lot of time if I would recall a lot of things. So please allow me at this stage to introduce our guests, just to come here and greet you and appreciate that they are here. We've got the Executive Director for Junior Achievement Uganda, Rachel. She's going to tell you, the problem is once she comes here, I need to move. She makes me look short, in it I'm not. And then after her, I will welcome the, you can come. After her, I will welcome the Commissioner of Private Schools in Uganda. One of the things that I learned when I was in Uganda is that the government, they operates differently under the likes of George Mtekanga. He gets into the office at 5 a.m. I thought it was a joke. My appointment with him was at 6:30 a.m. You get into the office. 7:30 you are done. You come to the office at 9 a.m. He's attending an event like this one. You are not in the scheme of things. So thank you for those ethics I've learned, and thank you for your dedication to supporting the program. So I'll give you an opportunity to come. They were good to me while I was in Uganda. I'm hoping that you also enjoyed the Kingdom of Eswatini. Thank you.
Sani Bonani. Yeah. Ninjani. Grateful to be here. All protocol observed. My name is Rachel Mwagale, the Executive Director at Junior Achievement Uganda. And today is such a powerful day at JA Uganda because we are experiencing what has made Eswatini for all this time tick. They have won the Africa Expo 4 times, and always, like the ED mentioned, they are always coming in up close and real personal when we go to the African Expo. A round of applause for the And secondly, I'd like to say thank you to the Executive Director for opening up and saying it's okay for us to be here and learn as we do at JA. We call it the One JA, where we try and learn from each other. And especially thank JA Africa through Mr. Siboniso for having made the trip to Uganda to come and attend our Campaign of the Year Expo. This was before his official visit. He had just taken office and he decided to come and represent Africa. But he's coming because he's a man of so many great things, opened up great doors to the commissioner from the Ministry of Education to say, let's make the trip to Eswatini and come here and learn. And especially, I would like to thank you, Mr. Mtekanga, even when they've thanked you for coming and opening up such government support for JA Uganda to learn and maybe exchange more ideas between JA Eswatini, because as much as we have come, also Eswatini could come to Uganda. So, and there's more learning, and there's more experience, and more inspiration for our young people. To all the young people here, you are the real MVPs. I would like to share a very small story. I was given education when I went to university. I was supposed to do the course in education. And I blankly told them, no, I can't be a teacher. I'm not going to be anywhere near education. I want to do something else. So I changed my course. However, God knew better, because lately, every day I'm before students. What I do is for students. What I do is for schools. And what I will always enjoy doing is being around you young people. So you're the real MVPs that make us drive and continue to do a lot of things that we do at JA. Clap for yourselves. And volunteer teachers, we thank you so much for supporting our cause, because without you, we can't do a lot that we do. And for the dear sponsors, please, as he has said, let's extend the arm. It can easily reach so many of us, and we can be able to do so much together. I don't want to take a lot of time. I hope I can be this brief. Sam Siyabonga. Siyabonga. Mr. Mtekanga, I have the honor to invite you.
A round of applause for Mr. Mtekanga.
My culture, I begin by saying good afternoon, class. Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Once a teacher,
Always a teacher.
and I'm proud of being one. It is unfortunate my neighbor has moved out, but I wanted to recognize the protocol that has been read by our host, Mr. Boniso. I want to recognize my director for education and training from the Kingdom of Eswatini, and of course all the other dignitaries. My name is George Mutekanga. I work with the Ministry of Education and Sports as somebody in charge of private schools and institutions. But I'm here basically to benchmark. In a special way, I want to bring you greetings from our President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and his wife, the Minister for Education and Sports. Also bring you greetings from the King of Eswatini, who was with us last week. And his dear wife. He has sent you greetings. I know he's still abroad there, but I decided to come so that we come to benchmark. As the Minister of Education and Sports, we want to appreciate JA, and in a special way, Mr. Boniso, for coming to witness our Campaign of the Year award. It was that moment of truth that forced me, requested me to come and join you in this room, to see exactly what happens. Because you cannot, in my culture we say, if you have not traveled, you may not know that you don't know. When you have not traveled, you think your mother is the best cook. But when you travel, you see that, hey, you can get another cook. So the question is, our guest of honor, I understand when you are not here, but I want you to bring you on board. The question is, how does J.A. Eswatini succeed 4 times Africa-wise? And yet Uganda, the mighty power of Africa, cannot even get them once. We have been the same for the same period of 15 years, 16 years, and we have not even reached that level. What magic? And that's the reason why I traveled myself. As in charge of education, I said, no, we have been doing good things according to me, but it seems they're not very good. And therefore we need to say, what lessons can we learn? The first one, I saw my mighty bank here, sponsoring, and yet we have it in Uganda, although with a different name, Stanbic. We call it Stanbic, but it was started the same. And the question is, why? So the first question is, I'm going to talk to the CEO next week. Why can't you support us?
Fantastic.
Number 2, I saw UNICEF. I saw UNFPA. He said, what? In Uganda we have these guys, and we meet them even this morning I was on the meeting with them online. We saw me moving up and down. Because every Monday we have top management, senior management meetings. So I was not comfortable to miss some of these areas. But the question is, how do you guys bring the partners on board? We thought we were very proud people, but now I'm getting chickened out. Madam's ED for J.A. Eswatini. What magic, what magnet do you use to attract these guys? To come here and stay with you?
We are a kingdom.
That is the question you will answer later. The other area which is very, very important is I saw 3 out of the 5 presentations. The confidence, the way these young children are doing it. To me, it was a message. So, as a Minister of Education and Sports, of course I did not talk about MTN and other partners. If I've left you, kindly forgive me. But the question is, what is it? Because at the end of the day, Mr. Boniso, you're in charge of Africa. You have 20 JA. How do you bring this opportunity for us to benchmark? Because at the end of the day, you are in our place in Kampala, but I'm seeing the chairperson is here, of this JA Eswatini here. I know it's a voluntary job, but what is it that attracts them here and not my team? Those are the questions I'm answering. At the end of the day, we want to look at what is it that brings you together. Is it the kingdom, as my sister is talking, or is it something else? This togetherness, this ability to work together. We have one major challenge as Africa, which you must know. One, we have the youngest population. Some of them have gone to school, some have not gone to school. And because they have not gone to school, they are becoming a problem. And because they are a problem, they are unemployed. And because they are unemployed, they become very dangerous. So how do we address them using these JA programs? The business literacy skills, the financial literacy, to me, is number 1. Unfortunately, where I come from, we have not been talking about the finance. You talk about everything, and you give the finance off. I hope it was the same. It seems for you have reached that level, and you have known that unless you teach someone how to fish, and not give the fish, to me that's the excellent work. How do we support you? How do we support each other? Now that we are saying we are 20, can we have those regular meetings? Can we support each other? Can we have the benchmark programs? Because at the end of the day, you are going to say you have no facilitation. I had to sponsor myself to come here. That's how bad it has become. So we must go an extra mile. I know when my colleague in Kampala learns of it, he's going to say, oh, George, how did you go to South Africa? kindly, sorry, Eswatini. I went to region back. So when I saw South Africa, I'm sorry. But what am I trying to say? We need to support our colleagues. We need to support our schools. And I've been most touched by the teachers. Can you stand up for recognition? The teachers who are here, you call them teachers or trainers? They are out. I don't see anybody standing. Please clap for them. Mr. PS, that's the team. That's the magic I've picked. The support, because the children come and go, and these teachers stay. So meaning, Madam Edie, to you that's a very great asset. The teachers, they have been doing it year in, year out. It's like when we came to Olympics, the gold medals, somebody who earns the gold medal knows, and he knows the tactics of getting one, even if we are experimenting. To me, it is a pleasure coming here, coming down to Eswatini, and in a special way to see what is being done and to witness this final JA Company of the Year. On behalf of the Ministry of Education and Sports, I want to pledge our coaching support to JA Uganda. I want to suggest that we are even going to make a presentation to the ministry and see how can we convince them to bring them on board. Then see how do we work with other partners. Because as a Ministry of Education, we have so many partners, but some of them maybe they have been not aware of what we are doing. So, as a strategy, I want to say, come next year, you will hear from Uganda. I want to say all this for God and my country.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Another big round of applause for our guests. Traveled all the way to the Kingdom of Eswatini. We are, of course, at the 15th Junior Achievement Company of the Year competition. Are you still excited?